Friends, we had discussed about the role of state power, police, etc. in a democracy. But the need probably has arisen for freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of using own authority by media, citizen, and the government. This is not continuation of the previous discussion. This is a fresh part. Few days back, in fact few years back, before a new party came into power in NCR, a national media anchor or a very important media leader was accused of taking the brief from a leader and presenting it on the media, which was considered as a misuse of the media power or making presentation for money. Thereafter, a large number of public demonstrations on various issues of national importance like CAA, Ram Mandir, and whatnot, all others have taken place in the country. And again, the role of some media houses, some media leaders came into play as instigators. There are some identified anti-national agencies. We are not discussing those. These are the nationally respected media houses who are supposed to be the third pillar of democracy, who are supposed to be the protectors of the democracy, who are supposed to be the people who will help government or the nation to achieve freedom and maintain freedom in the country. The media houses are led by senior, publicly respected anchors, reporters, editors, etc. Owners mostly remain behind because they work for success of channel and hence their interests are business. But editors, anchors, reporters are the people who deal with the public and who are supposed to be impartial and for the freedom of the speech in the nation. But India is a divided country. We have some groups which are called leftist, who are against established values and state, and many of them project themselves as protectors of democracy or freedom of speech. This is a dangerous issue. For some time in India, a conflict had been going on between the state, media, and police had become a party to it. There have been conflicts between the state and center on various issues, but this was a conflict between the state and a media house, particularly its promoter and himself a editor, chief editor, wherein the government agency was using the police to file false cases, etc. against the media house. This all started in the wake of a suicide, whom some people said as murders, others said as suicide. That is the issue which is the law maintaining agencies like CBI are investigating and will decide. But the question which came as a citizen, freedom of speech, Some people were picked up from a state like Haryana for speaking against the state government leaders. So, some media houses are being targeted now for speaking against state governing party leaders. Is this a correct thing? Are the leaders in democracy supposed to have become dictators or kings who cannot bear criticism, who do not have courage to listen to the honest speech and take recourse to the legal paths rather than using the state police and other forces and gundas for controlling the freedom of speech? This is where the question now has come. If democracy in India has to survive, there is a need to review the powers of the leaders in democracy, particularly of the powers of the governing parties who can misuse the state or government machinery for suppressing the freedom of speech and targeting those who want to speak against unlawful activities. This is a very, very serious issue. Earlier you were told that media is wanton, speaks too much, tells lies. But here is another case where a state is using the machinery to target media, suppress media reporting. Who will investigate when police has become party to this type of action? Who will investigate if national lawmaking agencies also become party to such a state? Therefore, we are requesting all media houses, all public, all parties to kindly set up a committee or a commission to find out whether the democracy in India today is on the right path, whether the powers of the state, powers of the leaders in the states, powers of the leaders in center, powers of the parties in center, role of government agencies, freedom of citizen, etc. are in balance or not in balance. If not in balance, what can be done to sustain democracy? And if democracy is not the right path, what can be the new form of governance in the country? We invite the whole nation, we invite every leader, we invite every media house, we invite every intellectual, left, right, center to kindly debate this issue and find out whether democracy can be run in India, and if it cannot be run, what is the better way of running a nation. God bless all. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.